Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, The College Process. Once again, I'm Ed from Principia Prep, and today we're going to be going over the two most important traits of all great college essays. But before we begin, if you are new to the channel and are looking for additional college content, please make sure to hit the subscription button down below. It will notify you when new videos do come out. As well as if you have any questions on today's video or any of the videos we have here on the channel, as many of you guys know, put your questions down below in the comment section, because every Friday I take all the questions you guys put on the YouTube channel here first, and I answer them in video format and put them back on the YouTube channel so everyone has detailed answers to all the questions you guys leave on any of these videos here. And of course, we are still running the James Wilson Memorial Scholarship, so if you're looking for scholarship money for your students going off to college, very simple. Down in the description is the link for the James Wilson Memorial Scholarship video explaining how our scholarship program works here at our organization. And of course, also down in the description, there's also our organization's Venmo, as well as our buy us a coffee, if you want to help support the channel, allowing us to keep making these college videos for you guys out there. And all that being said, let's jump right into today's video, the two most important traits of all great college essays. Now, what I've noticed every year, right around the end of junior year, as students are getting ready to basically go into summer vacation, right before the start of senior year, that summer most students utilize the time to obviously write the main essays, supplemental essays, and everything else required for the applications for admissions. And what I see a lot of students doing every year is essentially taking that time trying to find the most unique topic. They'll take hours, days, sometimes weeks, sometimes even months, to be honest with you, racking their brains trying to figure out what's the one topic no one's going to write about, what's the most unique topic, what's something that's going to stand out from everybody else, so then that way I'm going to get into that college I'm looking to get into. And the reality is, while that is helpful to some extent to have a unique topic, it's not the end-all be-all when it comes to college essays, especially not great college essays. From the perspective of, in my 25-year career, I've read well over 100,000 essays. I've reviewed, edited, even helped students come up with topics, even write essays, critiquing, so on and so forth. But that being said, while I've seen great essays, okay essays, normal essays, let's call it average essays, and terrible essays, the reality is, in all these cases, the subject matter, the topic itself, regardless of how unique it was, didn't automatically put you in the great camp versus the terrible camp, let's call it, of college essays. What it came down to is two different traits that I've learned over 25 years of helping students with college essays, of what is a great essay and what will stand out versus what is a bad essay. First of the two traits is very simple. It's relatability. And when I say relatability, I mean the ability for the writer, i.e. the student writing the essay, to connect to the reader. And what I mean by that is your essay relatable to a broad spectrum of people that might be reading this? In the sense that, as I'm a reader, if I'm reading your essay and it invokes any kind of emotion in me, if I'm laughing, if I'm crying, it reminds me about my family or my childhood, or things I did at your age as the writer, as the reader. If I'm reading it and thinking to myself, this is the same stuff I did as a teenager that they're writing about, it invokes emotion. It basically gets me connected to the reader. If I want to keep reading because I'm invested in that essay, I want to see if you triumph, I want to see if you win, so on and so forth. If I'm basically compelled by reading that essay, they already established the first trait of a great essay, making that connection. So yes, it is helpful to have a great essay topic that's unique, but even if the reading of the first paragraph, the reading of the title makes the reader want to think to themselves, well, this is going to be a great topic because I've never read about this, or this is so off the wall. But we get 2, 3, 4 sentences into it and it's boring because the relatability is not there, then you've already lost the reader. So that added value of that main essay is gone, which you don't want to have. If you can have that essay be relatable, you're already winning the game. Because think about it from this perspective. Think about it, there's maybe only 2 spots left of admissions for the college you really want to go to. And it's you versus 10 other students. And academically, everything's the same. Resume-wise, community service, volunteer work, leadership programs, all roughly the same. What's going to make you stand out in that case, in many cases? The main essay or the supplemental essays. And if your main essay or supplemental essay is a dud and just basically doesn't help out at all, then it doesn't matter how great your topic is, you've lost the reader, you've lost that added value. So in that 2 spots left for admissions, if you're one of 10 students, if somebody else hits that mark with their main essay, they're going to take the spot over you in the world of admissions. Just kind of the way it works here. Especially at the higher level schools, tier 1, tier 2 schools, 15, 20% acceptance rate, all the way down, let's say the 3% acceptance rate, let's call it from a Harvard perspective, the Ivy Leagues. The main essay, the supplements, are keys to getting you guys in to add value to your resume. And then right at the bat, now that we've got the first trait out of the way, which is relatability, being able to connect your essay to the reader, the second most important trait of all great essays I've ever worked on, reviewed, or edited is very simple. It's what I like to call the word limit problem. And when I say the word limit problem, I mean obviously every essay you're writing, whether it's the main essay or the supplemental essay, they all have word limits to them. And the way it works in my perspective is, if you have an essay topic and the biggest problem you have about writing the essay is that you cannot get it down to the requirement as far as the word count. So let's just say your main essay is 1,000 words or 2,000 words. I've ever read essays starting off rough drafts, by the way, of 5,000 words or more, and we've cut it down to the 650 word limit. So if your biggest problem is getting it down to the main word limit, you got the best problem out there. Is you have so much substance to the essay you want to write. The biggest problem for you is cutting it down, figuring out what's more valuable, what's less valuable, or substance and detail to an essay. You've hit the gold mine, because that's the key to a great essay. The more you can write, the better off it is. The more detail, the more information, the more aspects you can add to it, you're basically adding value. Now, obviously, if it's the other way around, it's the opposite situation. Let's say you have a great essay topic, but the most you can come up with one sitting is, let's say, 50 words, 100 words of what you can think as far as adding detail or substance to the essay. You have the wrong topic. Because what's going to happen is, if you cannot get more than a couple hundred words, nowhere near the limit of the requirement, nowhere near the 650 words, then what's going to happen is it's going to be a bunch of fluff. It's going to be a bunch of stuff that's not adding value to your essay. From my experience of over 100,000 essays read over 25 years, what typically happens is that the essay topic is phenomenal, no matter what it is, but you can't find substance. It doesn't relate to you. It's not something you connect to the reader, and the words that you're putting in there are so limited because you don't have enough detail to it. The problem you're going to have is, what I've seen is, the essay typically comes across as ungenuine, forced, or even the worst part, boring, to be honest with you, which is basically a death nail when it comes to the essays. It's not what you want to be doing, obviously. And you might be thinking, well, Ed, I'm really stuck on this essay topic. It's phenomenal. Everyone's telling me it's off the beaten path. No one's talked about this. So I want to stay with it. And I'm going to tell you this quick little story here to kind of illustrate why I would say get off the essay topic. Think about it from this perspective. I like pizza. My wife likes pizza. We have a pizzeria where we live that we find phenomenal. Now, let's just say out of the blue, for whatever reason, I got some crazy idea in my mind. I want to start a pizzeria. I want to start making pizzas and sell pizzas. The place that we love to go eat pizza, I'm going to put a pizzeria right there. The reality is, I don't know how to make pizza. Now, you're probably thinking, well, everyone can make pizza. How difficult is it? You do some dough, you put some sauce, you throw some cheese on there. Yes, everyone can make a pizza. Everyone can write an essay. Doesn't mean it's going to come out well. The reality is, no matter how much I think that I can do a good pizza, I will never make a good pizza. No matter how much time and effort I put into it, it's not where my strengths are. So if your main topic is something that's very unique, but you have no detail, you have no strength within that ability to write a great essay and have no substance to it, it's going to come out like a disaster. Same thing with a pizzeria. I can open up right next to the best pizzeria, the place that we love. That pizzeria is going to put us out of business. I.e., if the essay's got a great topic, but it has no substance, you're going to lose spots to other students who have average topics that have substance to their essay. It's just the way it works. I'm just being honest with you. But the aspect that most helpful to making an essay, an average essay or a bad essay, into a great essay, are the two traits I've talked about here today. Right at the bat, it's got to be relatable. You got to be able to connect to the reader so they're on your side. And number two, it's got to have substance enough where it's super difficult, what I like to call the word limit problem, that you have. The biggest issue is cutting it down, not adding to it. Because adding fluff is not going to add value. If you can make sure to check off these two boxes here, then the reality is you got the right essay. It's going to resonate. It's going to help you out in the world of admissions. It's going to be a great essay. And that being said, if you guys have any questions on any of these videos or this video here today, once again, every Friday going forward, I will be making a video answering all the questions you guys leave here on the YouTube channel. So any questions you guys have, leave them down below in the comment section. I'll answer your question, put it back here on video format, so then everyone has their answers every Friday going forward. And other than that, on the screen here, you see my contact information. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, if you need help in the financial aid process or the admissions process, really anything college related, feel free to text me. I do sit down with parents on a one-on-one basis. And of course, text message is the fastest way to reach me. And other than that, thank you for watching today's video. Once again, my name is Ed from Principia Prep.